Hey everyone, Michael Bodner here with another Tesla Tunity, and today I've got a surprise. I'm going to showcase the Jeda Wireless Pad version 2 for the Tesla Model 3. Brand new product. I was actually lucky enough to get a prototype early on when they were working through development, and I thought the prototype was awesome. Well, the final product takes it to another level. So let me show you what it's all about. All right, so let's check out what's in the box here. Nice packaging, just as we saw with the original. We'll go ahead and open this up. All right, kind of an interesting thought here. They put it upside down in the package, and I think I know why. We'll go ahead and pull from the tab here. Yep, exactly what I thought, actually. It's to protect this lip here. So the Jeda Wireless Pad now has a tray built in on the bottom. So they went ahead and integrated that into the box to keep it safe. So you've got the new wireless pad, I'll show it to you in just a second, and two USB cables, nice and short. Now I know that the Jeda Wireless Pad team, they decided to go with the separate cables again on their version 2. And let me tell you why. So the Jeda Wireless Pad version 2, as I'll talk here while I remove the wrap on these, it supports up to 15 watt wireless charging. Now, you'll notice, or you'll know, that the front side USB ports in the Model 3 only support up to 7.5 watts per side. So to that end, if you're going to get the maximum speed from the Jeda Wireless Pad, you're going to have to, I'll say, get a little creative. There's the 12 volt cigarette lighter adapter under the armrest. You can run a USB wire from that right to the cubby down below where the charging pad will be. You'll get all the power you need to support 15 watts. And to do that, well, you're going to need a longer cable. So if the cabling is attached to this and it's just a couple inches long to plug in below your charging pad, you're going to be stuck, or you're going to have to get some extension cords. They give you more options here. So again, separate cables, separate pad, you can get the job done. So let's go ahead and install this now. I'll talk through a couple more of the advantages here on the new pad as I go ahead and install it for you. All right, well, when you get your Model 3, it might look something like this, as you see here with my phone. Let me go ahead and open up this tray as well. And, you know, you'll have the Lightning or USB adapters coming through. You might find that it's rather difficult here to actually get your phone plugged in if you've got a case on your phone, which I do. And it's just not as convenient as it could be if you had wireless charging. So let's go ahead and do something about that. Let's plug in the Jeda Wireless Pad and show you how easy it is. Take the phone out of the way, lift up here on your tray. We're going to push to the left carefully and take away this trim piece. All right, and then we're going to remove the rubber mat here that comes with the car. And then you'll notice you might have no wires here. In this case, I put the wire back in just to show you what it would look like. But we're just going to kind of pull the wire out of the way, remove it from the channel, and push it through. Actually, it'll come out from the other direction. So we'll unplug the USB cable on the bottom, lift out, and there goes our wire. All right, so let's go ahead and install the pad. Now, there's two ways you could do it. You could either fish these two wires through, plug them in, and then plug them into the back of the pad, or you could plug them into the back of the pad, lift up on the tray, and install them later. Now, my recommendation, let's go ahead and plug them in first. The pad is a little bit thicker, so once that's in, you will not have full range of motion like you're seeing here with this door. So we're going to make our lives a lot easier by plugging in the wires first and then fishing them through. So let's go ahead and do that. And now, before we do, you'll notice that there's something down here. So this is my USB-Y adapter, and I've got my dash cam here. So this is the USB thumb drive for the dash cam. I've got a link to a video in the top right that'll show you what this is. That's going to allow you to charge on both sides, but also still use the dash cam functionality that Tesla has included in version 9 of the software here on the Model 3. So go ahead and check out that video. You can check it out after and then jump back. But let's go ahead and get started. So if you didn't have this, you'd plug both cables in right here, feed them up. If you do have this, we're going to feed one end into my adapter. All right, we'll leave that alone for a minute, and then plug the other end right into the car. All right, so now that both of those are all set, let's go ahead and feed our wires up. I just want to move these around so they're in a good spot. And there go both of our wires, and we'll go ahead and grab them on the other end. Okay, so you can kind of feed up as much as you need. So they give you plenty of room to work with here. Now we're going to bring back in our pad. And before I install it, I want to show you one thing here. So I'll just leave these wires dangling for a second. So the pad has these feet on it, 4 feet. And those are going to go into these grooves. So what that's going to do is that's going to help hold the pad in place perfectly. It cannot go anywhere. And then one other thing before we get it installed, you'll see it might be a little hard to see. I'll try to get in a little bit closer. Just the lighting, there we go. So you'll see a P and then a P and an L. So P stands for portrait, P, again, portrait and landscape. So what does that mean? We flip the pad back over. This pad supports charging 2 different ways in 3 spots. So you can see each little Jeda logo is a charging location. You can do 2 phones portrait or 1 phone landscape. I'll show it to you in just a moment. But this landscape pad location is really going to provide a nice benefit. So that's going to allow you to sit at a supercharger and watch YouTube videos while charging your phone. Or maybe you want to use Google Maps or Waze while you're driving. So again, that's going to support that portrait location, that landscape positioning for your phone. So let's go ahead and plug in, and then we will go ahead and drop the pad in place. All right, so there's the first cable. There's the second cable. Push our wires through. We don't want to have any extra slack bunching things up for us. There we go. And now that the pad is in place with those extra feet that they've added here in version 2, you can see this pad does not go anywhere. And even if it did, you probably wouldn't have to worry about it because you've got this nice bumper in the middle and then as well on the bottom. But the beauty of that is there's no risk of rattles here because this literally can't go anywhere. So now we'll lift back up. And as you can see, there goes my full range of motion. So I can no longer lift up the pad any higher than that. Again, no big deal. You're really not going under there for much at all. So that's as much as we're going to get. Let's go ahead and put our lip back on. And that's it, everyone. We are done. Go ahead and close back up this extra cubby door. And we could drop our phone in place. So we will put the phone down here. And you can see we are charging right away. Move it over to the right-hand side. Might be a little hard to see. You can see we are charging right away. Here, I'll turn off the screen. And then let's go ahead and drop it here. Landscape. I keep calling it portrait. And you can again see that we are charging. All right, so here is my video that I mentioned getting ready for Tesla version 9. It's going to help you get set for the dash cam functionality while still being able to use the wireless charging pad. Not great at the supercharger to sit there and look at that, but of course, again, you want to keep charging. So how do we work around that? We get the Jeda Wireless version 2. Now we can watch the phone without issue. Again, please only do this if you're at a supercharger, if you're stopped somewhere. Please don't use this as an excuse to do it while you're driving. But again, that kind of shows the flexibility of the Jeda Wireless Pad. So you're going to get up to 15 watt charging. That is the best on the market. Again, for those of you with iPhones, I believe we are currently maxed out to 7.5 watts, but basically the beauty of this device is that it is future-proofing you for the next iterations of phones that are going to come with faster and faster charging. You've got the capability to charge in 2 different ways, portrait 2 phones at once, or landscape 1 phone, and obviously the bumper here, it's got a little bit extra wiggle room, so for wider phones, you should not have an issue. Some other elements, again, as I mentioned, there is support here with openings for hardwired charging, but please do not install that until you get the adapter from the Jeda team. You don't want to cause any damage or break anything. And then another really nice characteristic of it, it's pretty simple, but it's a perfectly flat design. So it should support basically a phone that's as big as possible, or at least as big as what would fit in this tray anyway. And again, here for scale, I'll drop in my iPhone 10. You can see plenty of room up here at the top above the phone, so you shouldn't have any issues with that. And beyond that, again, no wiggle, perfect fit, better materials, really good anti-skid TPU material. So it's got two big thumbs up from me here on the new Jeda Wireless Pad version 2. It is on sale now. We've got a link in the description down below. Go ahead and check it out. All right, everyone, so there you have it. That's the Jeda Wireless Pad version 2 wireless charging mat for the Tesla Model 3. Hands down the best charger on the market. I've got a link in the description down below. Again, if you haven't checked that out already, it's down there. It'll take you right to the order page. And hope you enjoyed, and we'll catch you on the next one, everyone. Bye.